Hi, good morning children. Today we are going to learn about how blood circulates in our body. For the circulation we need heart. In the last previous class we learnt about blood vessels like even capillaries. We learnt about that. Today we are going to see what happens to the blood, how it is circulated all throughout the body. Firstly, we all know that our heart is the important organ which pumps blood to our body. And I even told you in the last previous class by giving an example. We have a pipelines. How a house has a pipelines of water. Same way, we have the pipelines called as blood vessels. I was saying you in the last class. Now children, you can see in this diagram the structure of the heart. Heart has, we already know that in our lower class we learnt, our heart has 4 chambers, that is upper 2 chambers are called as auricles or atrium also, and lower 2 chambers are called as ventricles. To understand for you clearly, now I am going to draw a block diagram of the heart. Block diagram in the sense to understand for you children. This is the block diagram. We have 4 partitions. This is heart. Just for you to understand, left atrium, this is right this is left ventricle. Here right atrium and right ventricle. These are the 4 chambers. Here we have now children, this is what I am drawing the block diagram of the heart. How we have rooms, separate rooms in our house, same way our heart has 4 chambers, that is right atrium and left atrium, right ventricle and left ventricle. Firstly, okay, let us start. Now, from the lungs, the blood, which is very, very important, as blood carries oxygen from the lungs. Now blood is doing its journey. Blood is carrying oxygen from the lungs. It is reaching towards the left atrium. From the lungs, it is carrying oxygen and enters the left atrium. Okay children, when it enters from the left atrium, the blood again enters to the left ventricle. Same, the blood will enter into the left ventricle. When the blood enters to the left ventricle, and again the blood will come out of the left ventricle and it is reaching at a place called as organs here. Organs is nothing but to the entire body, it is going to supply the oxygen. Blood is first starting, I have told you, blood from the lungs taking oxygen, it moves towards the left atrium. From the left atrium, it is passing towards left ventricle. It is coming across one wall. Isn't it children? That wall we call it as bicuspid wall. Okay, children. Moves towards the left ventricles. The pathway taken by the blood from the left ventricle to the organs. Left ventricle to the organs is taken. A pathway is taken that we call it as pulmonary vein. We call it as pulmonary veins. Children, I already told you about veins and arteries. Arteries are the one which carry pure blood. Means oxygen rich blood, I told you. And veins are the one or the blood vessels which carry impure, that is deoxygenated blood. That means carbon dioxide mixed blood in them, isn't it? When in the earlier class I explained to you. But here pulmonary vein is the only vein that carries oxygen rich blood. Okay, children? It is very, very important, children. Now there is a wall present between left atrium and left ventricle. I already told it is an bicuspid wall. Then what is the function of the wall? I already told you this also. The function of the wall is to prevent the flow of blood in only one direction, not in the opposite direction. Now I want the blood to flow from left atrium to left ventricle only, not in the opposite direction. It has the chances of going from left ventricle to right atrium. That will be prevented by this bicuspid wall, children. They may ask you the question, what is the function of bicuspid wall or wall present in the heart? You should say that it prevents the flow of blood in only one direction, not in the opposite direction. Okay, children, now the blood from the lungs enters the heart by pulmonary veins. I told you, pulmonary veins, important of pulmonary vein. Pulmonary vein is the only vein which carries oxygen rich blood. Oxygen rich blood in it. Okay, we already know that veins are the blood vessels which carry impure blood, that is deoxygenated blood. But here coming we see pulmonary vein which carries what rich blood? It is oxygen rich blood in it. To the left atrium, and from the left atrium now the blood enters into the left ventricle. Here I told you this is a wall, bicuspid wall. And again, from the left ventricle, the blood flows to the organs. Organ in the sense, here to all parts of the body. Like to my head it wants blood, to head region, to my brain, to my legs, to my hands. The blood is supplied. Oxygen is supplied. Okay, in organs, what will happen for the blood? Now, the blood from the left ventricle reaches to the organs. In the organs, respiration takes place, as we have seen in our earlier class, isn't it? To get energy, respiration. In respiration, the organs will take up oxygen and gives back to the blood. What it will give back? Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is given out to the blood. Got it, children? Right, so blood now carrying carbon dioxide from organs reaches the right atrium. From here, it reaches to the right atrium. Blood from the organs reaches the right atrium, and from right atrium to right ventricle. From right atrium to right ventricle, the blood will be reached. And now the blood goes from the right ventricle. Again the blood goes to the lungs. Okay, for lungs for purification. The pathway taken by the blood from organs to right atrium, we have a blood vessel called as vena cava. Okay children, we have a blood vessel called as vena cava. We have two types of vena cava. What are these vena cava? We have two, that is superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava collects deoxygenated blood from upper parts of the body. And inferior vena cava carries deoxygenated blood from lower parts of the body. Okay children, I already told you that we have the blood will reach atrium, and from right ventricle it again goes to lungs for purification, and in the lungs again exchange of gases takes place, and even our blood will get, now the blood enters to the right atrium to right ventricles through the wall called as, which wall here? Bicuspid valve is present here. Tricuspid valve is present. Tricuspid valve is present in between right atrium and right ventricle. Okay children, from right ventricle the blood will reach the lungs through the pulmonary artery. From the organs it reaches through pulmonary artery. Children, I already told you, arteries are the one which carries oxygen rich blood, but here pulmonary artery is the only artery which carries carbon dioxide or carbon dioxide rich blood to the lungs. Got it? You should remember this. Deoxygenated blood, only that one which carries deoxygenated blood. Now let us see how blood in which carbon dioxide is reaches the lungs, and in lungs the blood gives carbon dioxide to lungs and takes oxygen, and again it starts its journey. Children, I think now you understood this block diagram. I once again repeat. Firstly, the blood from the lungs. From the lungs, the blood carries oxygen and moves towards the left atrium. The pathway from lungs to left atrium, it is pulmonary veins carry this, and it comes through a bicuspid valve. The blood from the left atrium enters to the left ventricle, and from the left ventricle the blood reaches the organs. From organs, I already told you, means to all parts of the body. Children, to all parts of the body, here in the organs it come across a part known as aorta. Aorta, here aorta will have many branches, smaller branches, from which it carries that oxygen rich blood to all parts of the body. Aorta. From these organs, again the blood, here exchange of gases takes place, I told. Means the organs undergo respiration, and in respiration organs will take oxygen from the blood and gives back carbon dioxide to the blood. The blood carrying deoxygenated carbon dioxide, it goes to lungs. From lungs, again the blood enters to right atrium, and from right atrium to right ventricle through a tricuspid valve. Through tricuspid valve, isn't it children? So here we have seen blood entering to the heart twice. How? From lungs it entered into left atrium, and from left atrium to left ventricle, and again it came out through aorta and passed to all organs, isn't it? From all organs of the body, and again came out, and again the blood carrying carbon dioxide, again it reaches right atrium, and again right atrium to right ventricle, and from again right ventricle to again back to lungs. Means twice the blood is entering the heart 2 times, so it is called as double circulation. Double circulation. 2 times, twice. 2 times it is entering, so it is called as double circulation. That is from the lungs where we started. Blood started from its journey from lungs to left atrium, from left atrium to left ventricle, from left ventricle to aorta, means to the organs, and from the organs to right atrium, from right atrium to right ventricle. So this is what we say as double circulation. But things you should remember are very, very important, children, that it is very important diagram. Heart diagram is very, very important, but you should not draw this as an heart diagram. I already told you, this is the structure of an heart. We have 2 upper chambers called as auricles and 2 lower chambers called as ventricles, or atrium also we can call auricles. And in between we get a bicuspid wall, left atrium and left ventricle. Next, right side of the heart, right auricle, atrium and right ventricle. We get in between a tricuspid wall. We have vena cava, upper part of the body, upper part of the heart, body parts. The vena cava collects impure blood. That is, here it is given superior vena cava. Children, this diagram is very, very important. Heart, we have upper 2 chambers called as atrium, right atrium, left atrium. Lower 2 chambers are called as ventricles, right ventricle, left ventricle. We have pulmonary veins here and aorta here. I think it starts from here and we can see it here. It splits, isn't it? It splits into smaller branches or circle. Okay, children, now we'll focus on the structure of an heart. That for your understanding I have been drawn clearly and explained to you. Now we'll see the structure of an heart. Heart has 4 chambers, as I told you earlier. 2 atriums, right atrium and left atrium, right ventricle and left ventricle. It is separated by left atrium and left ventricle are separated by a bicuspid wall, and right atrium and right ventricle are separated by tricuspid wall. We have pulmonary veins. We have aorta and we have inferior vena cava here and superior vena cava. Inferior vena cava collects impure blood from lower parts of the body, whereas superior vena cava collects impure blood from upper parts of the body. And think you know other mechanism how blood travels throughout our body, throughout its journey by carrying oxygen, and not only oxygen, blood supplies even food also to our entire body. This you can even see in this model. This is the heart, children, which you have seen. This is the model of an heart. Here, section. Very, very important diagram, and even very importantly, this question will be asked for you. What is the mechanism of heart, or how the blood is circulated in the body, human body? This is very, very important, and we have seen only in this transportation, only in humans. Same way, even in plants. Plants have separate blood vessels, not blood vessels, for conducting food and water, which we have learnt in our earlier classes. Plants, they have xylem vessels to conduct water and minerals from roots to all parts of the body. Same, they have phloem vessels which carry food particles to all its parts of the body. Isn't it, children? So, in the next class, I will be teaching you about excretion. Excretion in humans and in plants. Okay, children?